Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I want to talk about something disturbing that I feel like is going to happen in the near future. I wanted to talk about Cjsocool comeback strategy. And if y'all remember, I made a video called Interviews with a Psychopath. And in that video, I talked about him trying to rebrand himself through empathy and sympathy or personal tragedy. And around the time Cordelia first started getting hurt, his views was very low. And he basically was just trying to get royalty on camera with him so he could film her. And that's why I believe he started to hurt the baby's head. Because y'all remember, if y'all been following them, he said, I'm not going to stop until I get the camera back in your face. And that's what he did. You know, he was so desperate for views and engagement on his failing YouTube channel that he literally staged accidents to get engagement with royalty so he could get views again. Now, he was just battling every day, every second, every hour so he can get known on on TikTok. And now he went from battling to showing his kids all over the place and saying crazy stuff on YouTube about wanting to let go custody of the children and just saying crazy stuff to just get attention because he wants to, like, all the T channels to be talking about him. And if y'all remember when I did Interviews with a Psychopath, I spoke about how he wanted to rebrand off of tragedy. Okay, he wants to rebrand off empathy and sympathy. So this is why he's been showing all his children and acting like he's the greatest dad in the world. Like when Royalty just said on her newest video, she was honest about something. She said that he was an effing horrible father. And even Daya recently just said that he doesn't take care of her. So he wants to basically, yes, he wants to get you guys all invested in his children and seeing them. And then boom, a tragedy is going to happen. Some type of accident, some unforeseen tragedy that's going to take the lives of all the children. Now, everything I'm saying is alleged for entertainment purposes only, but I believe he is a Satanist. And like I said, Satanists has to tell you what they're going to do before they do it so that they don't face karmic retribution. So if you listen to him, he tells you everything. Like when I did Interviews with a Psychopath, he was talking about how he read all these books and he was talking about how all these CEOs have faced all these tragedies and how they rebounded and came back. Okay. So he basically tells you that his comeback strategy, in the sense that he was going to come back from personal tragedy. Okay. So he wants to stage an accident, and specifically, I believe he wants to take out Kamari and the twins. And also because he has done, I believe, all types of abuses on these kids, all through their childhood. So it's like, he don't want to eventually go to prison if them kids get older. And as you saw from his last video with the twins, he said the twins are starting to tell on him about what's going wrong at his house. So for a multitude of reasons, and I believe everything's alleged, that he's a Satanist. So like I said, he tells you everything. He's the most transparent Satanist I've ever witnessed. And if you pay attention to him, he tells you what he's going to do before he does it, which I feel like is dumb as hell, but thank goodness he's so transparent. So if let's say he's not some Satanist and he's just a sick person who does Munchausen by proxy on his children, like, starting to, create injuries on Daya's head to get attention. It's actually been people in the past, social media influencers, who have done the exact same thing for attention. Just like in a documented case of a Jessica Gasser. She was called Medical Mama Jess, a Texas TikTok creator arrested July 2023 and charged with bodily injury of a child. Police and medical staff accused her of doctor shopping, falsifying medical histories, and subjecting her 3-year-old daughter to roughly 28 unnecessary blood draws and unneeded feeding tube to gain online sympathy and support. So it's sick people who do this. An unnamed Australian influencer, a 34-year-old woman from Queensland, Sunshine Coast, was arrested and charged in January 2025 with torture, administering poison, and fraud. Authorities stated that she drugged her 1-year-old daughter, filmed the child in pain, and posted the content online to secure roughly $60,000 in donations and to build her follower count. And then the most notable one is Gypsy Rose and Blanchard. Now, she was before the time of social media like that. She used a lot of local stuff, news outlets and charities. It said Gypsy Rose Blanchard, while Dee Dee Blanchard did not have a social media platform when she was abused her daughter, the case in the most famous historical example of Munchausen by proxy, Gypsy Rose herself later became a massive social media influencer on platforms like TikTok, Instagram, following her release from prison, okay? So, I mean, people do this sick mess. And I'm telling you, when Dale started getting hurt back in March, you can go look. His views was very, very low. I might do a video on it showing his views and how his views kind of probably took an uptick after that. But yeah, and then for that video when he actually got royalty on camera, and then shortly after that, like I said, he went over to TikTok, okay, because everything was all orchestrated. So, yeah, this is some crazy mess. I really do believe them kids are in danger, and that he's going to blood sacrifice them to come back off of tragedy. That's his comeback strategy. He wants to come back off empathy and sympathy. He is going to stage a tragedy that's going to take out his abuse victims, the twins and Kamari. I don't think he would hurt the little girl favor because she's still shiny and new and he hasn't damaged her all up yet. But yeah, definitely the twins and definitely Kamari. And that's why he's showing them. He went from battling every day to now he's just Mr. Dad and he's showing his kids. And that's why he said he was going to relinquish custody. And he was just saying all this crazy stuff so that T pages could start talking about him. So he started doing crazy stuff. He started trying to beef with, royalty. And whether she's involved in it or not, I don't know. It looks like she is. But, they start doing this orchestrated looking beef. And yeah, that's his comeback strategy. And I talked about it. And you want to go check it out more in depth, you can watch Interviews with a Psychopath. And I kind of go into it more. With that being said, I'm out. Pray for them kids.